now have to look ahead to his future, guys, because he is a legend. He is a major draw. Things can get complicated when we look at his next options. The logical opponent is interim middleweight champ Robert Whittaker to unify the belts, but he's really not the draw of some other opponents. Conor McGregor, of course, is the biggest money fight, but should the lightweight champion fight the new middleweight king? Tyron Woodley is the champion of GSP's true weight class at 170 pounds, but GSP has already said no to Tyron before. So here's T. Wood from our post-fight show.
Georges St-Pierre should have been fighting me here at Madison Square Garden, and he picked the opponent which he thought was the easier opponent, which is Michael Bisping. And I'm here to tell you right now, the boogeyman is coming up to 185, and I want to fight for the middleweight belt.
Yeah, what you didn't see there was Weidman's like, yeah, wait, what? So Woodley is willing to move up to 185 pounds. So what do you think should be next for George?
First off, be very careful saying stuff like the boogeyman and the boogie woman. Because it didn't work out too well for our friend Yuan the Jacek. But I think George should fight Tyron Woodley, but not at 185, at 170 in his original weight class. Because as good as George looked, as big as George looked, I felt like he moved a little bit slower than he usually would move. I felt like the athleticism seemed a little bit off because he was carrying the extra muscle. He didn't seem to be going at the high work rate that he is so well known for. So a fight between George and Woodley would be great. It would also allow Tyron to fight the guy that vacated the title that he has now. So I think Georges St-Pierre and Tyron Woodley makes all the sense in the world.
Listen, out of all those options, I think DC picked the right one. I think that's the one that would probably give him the most respect amongst the fans, amongst the fighters, for people involved in the sport. But I don't think any of those options, no disrespect to any of those amazing fighters and champions listed, but I don't think that raises the legacy of Georges St-Pierre. What gets better than being the welterweight champ for so long, coming back after a 4-year layoff, and defeating the middleweight champion by finish? I don't think this raises Georges St-Pierre by any means, and I think it's, you know, it'd be fitting if he retired.
I don't like that.
I know. We all want to see him fight,
that's
right?
ridiculous.
I want to see him fight as well, but as far as what it does for him to fight again, I don't know.
He's done everything, right?
He's done it all.
I know he has nothing to prove, but he looked so good that I feel like that's just not fair to anybody.
He's got more to give the sport.
Absolutely. Well, we asked you guys at home who GSP should fight using our @UFC on Fox Twitter account poll question. Here are the results. 46% of you said Whittaker should be next to unify the middleweight title, and Conor McGregor and Tyron Woodley are each tied at 27% with your votes. Folks, we're going to have to wait and see what the future holds.